This week on Toriko, Yuda, you have earned a megaton of respect from me for just 1 millimeter of greatness.
Brandino
Because a new one didn't drop yet, I can't really say this week in Toriko, but the last week or the week before something drops, probably tomorrow, in Toriko. So we just had the first round of the 10 shells versus the 10 star chefs. And the first thing that came up was they had an extinct species that can only live in this basically a water bubble of like warped space. So it's just like it's like a water bubble that's basically its own gravitational pull, but it's not just pulling in one direction. It's pulling in all directions. So it's like it'll push you left, right, up, down, back and forth, and you have to be able to keep your calm and be able to get this fish, which is a carnivorous fish, even though it looks like it'd be a vegetarian, a very carnivorous fish. The first people that step up is the rookie from the 10 shells, who was like salivating as soon as he saw like what the dish was. And then of course, which he's my new man, Yuda. I see you, boy. I see you. With ya. You know what I'm saying? I see you. With ya. But yeah, my boy Yuda was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be the first one to step up because we can't allow 1 millimeter of mistake. And I like, when he first came on the scene, I was like, what is this 1 millimeter shit? Like, what is he constantly going off about? Like, not a millimeter of mistake, or it has to be just 1 millimeter of stuff. Without 1 millimeter of precision, or without that 1 millimeter, you're 1 millimeter off from being blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm guessing it's just his catchphrase. He just likes to be very to the point. And I'm like, why is he like that? Then they're going to hit us with the feelings in this episode. They're going to hit us with the love in this episode. Let me shine some light. Is it not plugged in? Oh, stupid. Anyway, this is the only light I get to shine on it. But they hit you with the feels because Yuda, you knew that he's a chef, so you know he had to have a partner. My boy Yuda's partner happened to be some kid that was out there struggling to fight these like medicine pigs to heal his village. He's been out there fighting mercilessly for like days to save his village. And Yuda comes up because Yuna's on a quest to understand why he's not the greatest already. Because his master already told him, like, you are a genius. But you're cocky because you haven't been able to lose. So you need to learn some loss, and you need to get out there and go out in that world and learn what loss is like because you're too busy being a winner. Sometimes being a winner is not the greatest, mainly because when you win so much, you're not prepared for that loss. He gets out there in the world. He's like, I don't get it. I'm the man. I'm Yuda, the shit. Like I'm the one who is a genius at this thing. I ain't even that old. I'm a prodigy, baby. #1. But then he meets the kid in the village, and then it's like, you know, he helps them heal and everything. And of course he says like the medicine that works usually doesn't taste that great. And then they're like, you know, if only we can make this better. And this kid has his own full course. All of these now, prior to that, the 3,000-year rookie, he was making jokes on Yuda like, this is your course? Capture level, your highest capture level is 18. Everything else is like 1 and 2. What is this? This is not a full course. This isn't show your prowess. And he was like, back the fuck up, #1, because my full course is my full course. It ain't your shit. Haters gonna hate. If you mad because I like to keep it simple instead of having to go out there and do some extra shit, sorry that my full course is good to me. Jam. Anyway, so Yuda basically they get into the battle. And they go into the space. Now, of course, a 3,000-year chef, he gets thrown around a little bit, and that fish is coming at him. But he does this, like, second-hand gravitational pull thing, and then starts slicing up and knocking the fish. And he's like, ho, 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 ho. Check out my skills. And then he looks over at Yuda, and Yuda's already, like, knocking complete without 1 millimeter of despair. And it's like... Of course, always what happens in this is when people that are on their high horse see somebody else that they expect to lose start winning, then they're like, man, you lucky. You ain't really get that. But yeah, but then they got to the kitchen. Now, of course, 3,000-year chef, because I really just don't know his name, 3,000-year chef basically cooking the thing really fast, and Yuda was sitting there trying to figure everything out, and Yuda slowly falling into this pit of like soul fire. But then Yuda sits there after the other chef thought he was done. He was like, yeah, I cooked it already. Yuda was like, I don't need to cook it. I'm gonna prepare it in a way that's better than you could ever cook it. Yuda throws it down, boom. And he's like, well, you couldn't have known that each of these leaves has a thin layer of leaf that's about 0.1 millimeters of difference in between each sheet for each leaf. And he's like, you're right, I couldn't figure that out. But the space that we're in, all it needs is 1 millimeter of cutting to make sure that it actually operates the correct way. Because he got his stuff to lift off the ground while the other guy kind of fell down into the pot. Because really the point of it is like the lighter you make your side because you're cooking it, the other side gets to fall in the flame. So he reversed the gravity inside of the bubble to make sure it did the opposite effect so that the other guy would fall in the flame regardless if he cooked it or not. And then at the end, he was like, sure, the leaves were 0.1 millimeters of length in between, which is a hard task to do at a high speed. But the gravity around it was only 1 millimeter. I was like, yes, my man Yuda, flapping the hair with his 1 millimeter style. But that's the chapter. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching. This might have went over 5 minutes. I'm sorry. I like to talk. Anyway, I'm probably gonna cut most of it out. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I keep pointing to the wrong side. Subscribe down here. Subscribe to Naruto. How about that? Subscribe to that. Or Samurai Champloo. Or this wolf poster right here. Subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next video. And don't let the fact that Yuda lost an incredible companion for just 1 millimeter mistake. Because the dawn always rises on a new day.